Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a whole new year. Welcome to 2021. Happy New Year to everybody wherever you are in the world. Today we'll be covering a very important transit for January, one of the major highlights of January, and that is going to be Uranus going direct into Taurus on January 14th, as well as squaring off with Jupiter in Aquarius on the 17th of January. So if you're new here, my name is Melissa, your local Capricorn moon. I'm happy to have you here. I make videos especially geared towards beginners or those who are open to learning about astrology and are just very early on in starting their journey on learning about astrology. So if that sounds like you, welcome to my channel. I hope you subscribe and turn on notifications. I post every Wednesday and Sunday, so hope to see you around for that, and you can look forward to a lot of good things, a lot of interesting videos coming up soon your way, so please stick around for that. With Uranus moving direct, what can we expect? Uranus in Taurus is not necessarily an easy placement. Taurus is not a very easy sign for Uranus to express its natural energies within, so you can imagine how the retrograde motion of Uranus in Taurus has not been easy at all. You know, that has not helped in making Uranus and Taurus a very easy transit to experience for everybody. But when it turns direct, we are seeing a much more easier side, or a more constructive side of this placement at least, and we're able to move forward with future plans and have a definite, much more forward motion of progress, of seeing progress and pushing for it. And it's actually going to go retrograde again in August, so get done whatever you can now. Make the most of this transit as it's moving forward. Now is the time to be creative with your solutions and use your creative genius, random sparks of creative genius, because that's what Uranus creates, to help others and to speak up for those who cannot. With every Uranus transit, we could be experiencing future visions of a future that we would like to see, not just for ourselves, but for the progress of all of society. It is a very visionary planet, and guess what? So is Jupiter, and I'm going to touch on their similarities later on in this video. But with Uranus, we are seeking progress, and it's going to be a time where people might rise up together to rebel or start some sort of revolution on any sort of scale. And it's going to be all about the people. There's a focus on just the regular, normal, everyday people, what they want, and just trying to push for seeing a better future for all of society. And Uranus in Taurus, we might be experiencing a revolution within our routines and how we handle our assets, the things that we might expect on the day-to-day, the routine, the very set in stone aspects of what we can expect on the day-to-day. Those things might be challenged, or there might be some kind of change or big shift in how we handle those things. There's also going to be a focus on changing how we handle our self-worth, how we might look at it, or what it is in life that we really truly value. And as I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a focus on just people, like the normal everyday people in society, and how everybody can benefit, right? So Uranus will bring change in that area, and it's going to bring more of that into focus. We might be putting our resources towards places outside of bigger corporations, such as Amazon, or bigger name brands that are having a monopoly over the economy, and shift our resources towards smaller business that really need our help, that need more of a push, especially this past year, and helping like the so-called smaller people grow. Uranus is a planet of humanitarianism, so there can definitely be that element of just helping everybody and helping like the underdog, I guess you can say. So it's going to be a very much out there sort of transit. Sudden shifts and big changes will come to our morals and belief systems, and what we thought to be true, and what our own personal truths are going to be challenged by Uranus, because Jupiter rules our higher truths, our beliefs, our ethics, our moral systems, and being challenged by Uranus in Taurus, there is going to be that shift, that sudden unpredictable shift, or just sudden realizations about what we thought to be true and what our personal truths are. So what we can start to see really is how we change how we are handling our resources with Uranus being in Taurus. And Uranus, of course, brings change, uprising, and unpredictable events, and we might be figuring out new ways of making money, taking care of ourselves, putting our own sense of comfort and wellness first. Or the whole self-care movement has been especially big this past year, where we might be wiser about how we are spending our money, what we are putting our resources towards, and the things that we assign worth onto. With this particular configuration, with Aquarius squaring off with Uranus, the sign and planet are naturally linked, so it does kind of make the square a little bit easier and easier to manage. Jupiter and Uranus are also not too different energy-wise, because so they do not completely disagree with each other. Again, despite being a square, Jupiter is all about expansion, optimism, adventure, and also a visionary like Uranus. They sort of deal with similar themes in that way, even though this is a disharmonious transiting aspect. With Jupiter, we are looking at our life philosophies, we are looking at the larger purpose and direction in life, and hoping for a better future. We're hoping to expand and be bigger and better, and just having greater expectations for a better future. And with Uranus, it sort of sees things similarly, with that visionary sort of aspect in mind. There's a future for progress, hoping for a future towards progress. In Uranus going direct in Taurus, we are shifting resources from bigger to smaller companies, as I mentioned before, and we may be able to see a growth in economy with the help of Jupiter. We might be, with this square in particular, we might be asking a lot of ourselves. We might be having higher hopes and grand visions and ideals for the future, and putting the concept of everyday normal people at the forefront of our perspectives. And that's the Jupiter and Aquarius coming into play. And squared off by Uranus, there will bring sudden changes and unexpected growth and unforeseen, unpredictable surges of energy in that area, or sudden mishaps. That can often be the case with a Uranus square transit. And sudden mishaps challenging our visions and hope and optimism for all people. There's definitely going to be a wrench thrown in our plans or in our hopes for the future. And with Taurus challenging Aquarius, with these particular signs in mind, the obstacles getting in the way will be very fixed in nature. Taurus and Aquarius have that fixed quality in common, and so that's sort of like how they are conflicting with each other, how they are challenging each other. The wrench thrown in our plans will sort of have this message of saying, slow down and consider the direction you want to go in first before jumping into your hopes and future, and not really thinking things through. With Uranus and Taurus, this particular placement is sort of challenging. It's not very natural, like I said earlier. It's sort of this weird energy challenging Jupiter and Aquarius. So this configuration in particular, this particular combination of planets can make things a little bit easier with, and along with Uranus and Uranus going direct. So all in all, to sum this whole thing up, sum up this whole transit, our ethics and morals begs the question of asking, can we change them? Do they need to change? And Taurus can be a really calming energy for Uranus, for a Uranus placement, and it will not be as erratic as Uranus transiting into other signs. It definitely slows it down. It being in Taurus slows it down for sure, and it brings it much more down to earth in more practical terms. It's going to challenge Jupiter and Aquarius ideals to think more in earthly terms. Bring our ideals for the future much more down to earth, and see it in more practical ways. How can we implement them in much more practical ways? How can we provide that change into society and put practical use of our ethics, morals, and beliefs of Jupiter? So that's pretty much what we can really expect from this transit, from seeing this transit. I wish you good luck with that, and whatever it is that, whatever shifts or challenges that January of 2021 might bring to you. And we're all going through it. We're all going through something. So I hope this video helped you and sort of cleared up some things that we might be able to expect in the first month of the new year. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe and turn on notifications for more transit videos like this, and what to expect, more astrological events to take place in 2021. So yeah, happy new year again, wherever you're watching me from. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and it lets me know that things are making sense to you, and like the way that I'm explaining it. I will try to get more into the swing of things with pushing out these transit videos and interpreting them my own way. And yeah, I just hope that it made sense to you. Thank you for watching. Have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you again soon for the next video.